Alright, so now I'm going to be showing you how to bond the code into the microcontroller. We have successfully created the hex file, which we saw, which I showed you earlier, in this embedded C projects folder. But now we need to transfer that hex file into the microcontroller. So the first thing you need to do is to launch the PK2 software. Go PK2, double click, and then to load up. Alright, now it's saying PK2 not found, check USB connection, then device not present. That is normal. That is what happens when you don't connect the programmer. So this is the programmer here. This is the programmer here. It has a USB port where you can plug that wire, and then this is where the microcontroller sits on. There are three things you need to know about this programmer. First of all, this is the USB port. This is the sitting for the programmer, for the microcontroller. And then this is this switch you see here. This switch is where you can set how you want to use the programmer. If you want to program a 40 pin or 28 pin microcontroller, you put it on this side. But if you want to program an 8 pin or 14 or 18 or 20 pin microcontroller, you slide it to this side. So it's very straightforward. We're going to be dealing with a 28 pin microcontroller, so I have to put it on this side. So that's for the programmer. Then the next thing you need to do now is to connect the programmer to your laptop. The first thing you do is you connect this part to the programmer. Then you take the wire, the USB part, and get the nearest USB on your system. In this case, my USB is on this side, so I plug in my USB here. So the power LED is showing up. The next thing you need to do is to now go to tools and then check communication. Just take the wire out of the way. So I'm going to do that now. Tools, then check communication. Alright, so it's now saying PK2 connected, but it's still saying no device found. Alright, so it's time for us to bring in the microcontroller now. Remember, this was the circuit we bring up. This was the circuit we built. So we're going to remove the microcontroller. To remove it, just take anything that can go in between this point here and pull it up a little bit. Pull it up a little bit. Stop there, because if you go further, these other pins here will suffer. They can even break. So you stop here and then go to this other side and do the same thing. Pull up, all right, till it is easy, till you can now pull it off with your, till you can now pick it easily. So now I'm going to just pick it up. See, so that's for removing the microcontroller. Next, put it in the programmer like that. Hope you can see that. The pin 1 of the microcontroller is on the pin 1 of the ZIF socket. This is a ZIF socket. It means zero insertion force. It means you don't use force to pull out the IC, and you don't use force to put the IC. So right now it's free, so we need to lock it down by pressing this lever down. See this? Press it down. So it's locked. See, it's locked down now. It can't move. It can't go anywhere. All right, next step is to go back to the PQ2 operating PQ2 software, and then go to tools again and check communication. All right, so it now says peak 16F72. That's the device that is there, and saying peak device found. So we're good to go. Next is to now actually load the program and then burn it. So to load the program, you go to file here and go to import hex, click import hex. Then you need to go and locate where you kept that LED flasher hex file. In our case, it was an embedded C project. In your own case, it might be anywhere, but you need to locate that folder. Let me go back a little. Okay, let's see. All right, so mine was on desktop, embedded C project, and then the LED flasher. Remember, there were other files inside the LED flasher folder, but now all we're seeing is just the hex file. The reason is because the Peak Programmer software only looks out for this particular hex file. So it ignores every other kind of file there, and it singles out the hex file. So what we need to do now is to double click the hex file, and then it says hex file successfully imported. Now we're ready to write the program. To write the program, we just go to write here. Right, you can also read a program. Let's say you stored a program in a microcontroller and then you want to transfer it to another microcontroller. You can read it from here and then remove the controller, put another one back, and write what you have read into the new one. But we're not going to do that now. So just click on write. Alright, it says programming successful. So after that, you can unlock the chip, remove it, and then put it back nicely where it belongs. Now, and that's how you burn the code in the microcontroller. So it's a very straightforward process. Alright, so you can see the LED flashing happily, which means we successfully burnt the program.